Are opposition concerns over the plight of education sector in rural Meghalaya genuine? Are students in remote parts of the state's Garo Hills region struggling to get access to proper educational infrastructure and facilities? Well, for the villages of Baringre, Nengsil and Gabil Nengtek in East Garo Hills, which share the same government school, education seems to be a distant dream with over 60 students. What is even more surprising is that despite the school being nearly non-functional for over 5 years, a new building with 7 rooms for students and teachers has recently been constructed. However, locals say that there are no teachers. The total population of the two villages is close to 400. And according to the president of the school committee, the school has been without teachers for over 2 years at a stretch, at least twice in the past 10 years. While in between, after repeated requests from villagers, 2 contractual teachers were posted for about 2 years. However, even that was not done away with when the state cancelled all contractual posts.
Gabil Nengtek and Baringre Nengsil are a part of this entire area, and this is the only school that is available for education for these young children, government LP school, and has been missing its teachers since the last 8.5 years, barring the 2 years that contractual teachers were available in the school. For about 3.5 years, there were no teachers here. The villagers complaining to the DI, who later offered to contractual teachers. When the villagers went to the DI, he continually told them that they do not have enough qualified people to take over education for these people. What this has done has resulted in about 60 to 70 children of both these villages who now are without education. Behind me is a new building that has come up for this LP school, despite the fact that there are no teachers coming here. This place has the infrastructure but does not have the teachers to help educate all these people. And what exactly does the state answer for this? The other thing is the 15 to 17 people children that have been able to go have to travel at least about 3 to 5 kilometers on a daily basis one way and then come back the same way back home. And this is a daily routine that they've been following for the last few years. That is only the lucky ones who've been able to make it.
Well, we are being joined by our Tura correspondent Biplab Dey, who brought us this report from Ryongjang block in East Garo Hills. Biplab, good evening to you. A school without teacher for years, building constructed but no one to teach. Sorry state of affairs, isn't it?
Absolutely sorry. And this is not the state of only one school. I've been getting reports of plenty of these schools. In fact, this was raised in the assembly and the state government came up with an answer. The answer was 36. The answer they said was 36, but very incidentally, one of the schools that I went to is not even mentioned in that list, which somehow shows that the data has been skewed. And education always has been in the back foot in Garo Hills, and it shows in the results that you get every year in the SSLC examinations. While the rest of the state enjoys a 70% to 75% pass percentage rate, Garo Hills has hardly been ever able to cross 30%. Last year was an exception; they went to 34%.
And Biplab, what about the local authorities and the local MLA? How are they reacting to the situation?
Well, we've not really had much interaction with the local MLA due to the assembly session that was on. But one of the MLAs in whose constituency the infrastructure, the related issues have come up, he's promised to actually look into it, and he's going to do it through his own funds if required. But otherwise, when I spoke to the leader of opposition this morning, he told me that he is not happy with the answers that have been provided by the state government in terms of education and how it's impacted the people of Garo Hills. So he is likely to take this even further up and ensure and try and get at least people to get back to school and study.
All right, Biplab, I want you to stay on with us. And this is not all. In nearby Koknal Imong, 2 schools have been made redundant due to the lack of a teacher in the government primary school in the village. Now, as per locals, the LP school has been without a teacher for the past 3 years following the cancellation of contractual post. Well, in 2019, the school had an enrollment of 85 students, but things have changed since then.
Nowadays, saya kokna mong song ni school teacher nas kaun contract basis tu sakpenian ka asem. Ini zaman no ya contract basis ko government bonata ha. Ini bonata ni zaman no belsi ketam ungin jo khazar ni school contract basis bonah ha jokna. Ini zaman no ya teacher lang ba dongja jok. Daun nang bisarang nik sak skang ni sak sa sakpeni dongachem.
The school behind me is Koktal Imong, the government LP school that we have here. Just in front of me, you have a similar section of the same school, but it caters to the UP section. The villagers have complained that it's been 3 years since they've had a teacher in this school, and due to the distance this village has from any other in any other place that schools are available, most of the children who were earlier in the school are now completely without any kind of education. As per the president, he informed that they had spoken to the DI as well as the education department, somebody to come to the school and take care of the entire matter. But the DI and the education department, it seems, have put their hands up, saying they have no control over what is happening. This village again falls in the same line of no education for all, at least about 85 children that were a part of the school earlier. The villagers themselves tried to run the school for about a year, despite the fact there were no teachers, through donations from their own pockets, as well as the midday meal schemes. However, because teachers are not coming to the school, these children have stopped getting midday meals. There is no way through which the villagers can actually run the school in this present condition without any money. Education has actually been ruptured completely in many sections of Garo Hills.
Biplab, now, like you mentioned, the villagers were trying to run the schools themselves. What's the story here?
That these people have had period with the administration, the education department, as well as the deputy commissioner earlier. The deputy commissioner would even come to their village to check on the situation. He had promised he'd look into the whole entire thing, but it did not happen. And what they had to do then was just to ensure that they actually get education for their children. They tried, using their own funds, as well as, the midday meal schemes. I believe they sold the rice and all that, rice and whatever the food they were getting to, feed the children, just to ensure that the children got education through by paying a private teacher. However, that did not really work out, because after a few months, because there was nobody signing the papers off for the school, the midday meal scheme stopped. So there was no money once again, to finance the teacher that they were paying.
Exactly. Very sorry plight there for the schools in these areas in Garo Hills. My colleague Biplab Dey reporting for us from Meghalaya. I appreciate it.